Oh yeah, that was I was I was signed up with Gola and Adidas, but they used to come round in them days to the hotel and give them the money in the morning, which was £250 for Gola. But then when he went, the Adidas man came round in the afternoon, so I took 250 off Gola and 300 off Adidas. Well, needless to say, I never played again. But I painted one of the boots up so that it looked well, but it started raining and it run off. So they spotted it.
That's lovely.
So I got sacked for the both of them.
Lovely.
Yeah. The story of your life, wasn't it, really, in some respects, you know, getting everything right on the field.
The football was a joke to me. It was just go out there and I never laugh, you know what I mean? I was never nervous. I mean, I made my debut for Notts Forest, 120,000 with a new camp, something like that. And you got all the Martin O'Neill nearly crying and all in between his legs. And all them people, Kenny Burns, John Robertson, they'd won everything. I just went in the church. I'm a Catholic. Left them all to it. This is about 2 hours before the kick-off. Super Cup. We won it, actually. We got a draw there.
I mean, some players were physically sick, weren't they, before
Yeah.
that? I mean,
You know,
Dave Clement and people like
just
that.
the...
David Webb and Frank McClintock were a bit nervous before we get. I mean,
Yeah. But
You got
Stan,
a little bit of that.
I'm not just
Well, so
saying
I
that
was
Stan,
told.
Stan was, no disrespect, Stan was he was a unique player from that point of view. Stan, as I said, come down to 10 to 3, get changed, never did a stretch, never did no warm-up, and I was just talking before we came on there to Gerry, I don't ever remember Stan ever going in the medical room. Very rarely injured, Stan.
Very rarely, yeah.
Very rarely injured, Stan. So, which proves the point, you know.
I got
in the
carried
modern
off a few times.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you were back
I like
up
to
again,
stretch
weren't
it
you?
now and again. Especially when I scored the winner. About 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, but he was down the betting shot within a couple of minutes after getting off the stretcher.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that, I think we got this nervous energy, but once we're out, and like all players today, once you're out there, it takes over, doesn't it? Yeah.
What would have happened, Gerry, if he hadn't turned up at 10 to 3?
Well, yeah, I just think that he'd probably been more nervous if he got nervous. If he had to sit there for an hour, it would drive him mad. So I think going out and doing those things and the life, I mean, you know, we went out a few times, me and Stan, we didn't perhaps necessarily
You were two good mates, weren't you?
Well, yeah, we were on the pitch and at the club and everything else, but we went our little ways, separate ways probably in terms of going out in the evening. Stan would go and go to the dogs or the races and anything else and do bits and pieces with his pals, and I was probably off chasing women, was I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to drink in the Springbok, and Dave Sexton took a thing about that. You know, about that. I said, listen, once I'm finished, I can do what I like. And he said, they used to have sort of a book, you know, telling you what you can do, what you're under. I said, oh. He said, have you got your book? I said, I can't remember which grid I dropped it down.
The Springbok's right. It's right next to Loftus Road, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 30 yards, yeah.
How do you get away? I mean, obviously people must have been constantly coming up to you. Didn't you mind
It
that?
doesn't bother me. I still go in there now. Yeah. Actually, I met Gerry going to a game and he said, you going to the game?
Yeah,
I said, no, I'm
I
going
did,
to the Springbok.
I'm always taking my son to the QPR game. All the people were out there and I come here signing some autographs and Stan's walking across. Hey, mate, there you go. So you going to the game? He went, no, I'm going to Springbok, a betting shop. It's only 5 yards to the entrance to the QPR game.
You've got to get your priorities right.
Ron Phillips, the secretary, he used to lock himself in his room and I'd behind the desk because Stan was, Ron, I need some money, Ron, I need some money. Give him a nervous breakdown, Ron.
Well, I did give him a nervous breakdown, yeah. I used to make so many stories up to get money off him. Especially on a Friday because, say we was playing Stoke, for instance, Stoke. I said, there's no danger, we'll beat them easy. He'd part with the money before I was supposed to get it. I used to do it every week. And along with Don Shanks, we were cohorts together. And then one day we went up there and the radio was on. He was always listening to the radio with the sport. And I said, he's got to be in because the radio's on. Yeah, your Shanks, yeah. Anyway, it turned out he got out of the window and jumped 2 flights away. 2 flights down to get away from us. But the beauty of the story is, I knew where he lived, and I went round his house on the Friday night. And he partied with it, and he was nearly crying.
There was a lovely tale, Stan, when I back me up on this, that I think, didn't you and Shanksy share an apartment or a flat one day, years ago?
Well, we had a flat in
That's right,
Acton.
Acton Road. Acton, that's right. And allegedly the knock came on the door, and I always remember Shanksy said, well, we got a bit behind on the rent, so those two are obviously sharing. Knock comes on, either one of them said, Stan will back me up, he said, it's probably the landlady. So the landlady, or when the landlord looked, says, I'm Mr. Bowles, yes, I'm looking for the rent. He says, well, you better come in. He says, we'll all look for it.
Next day there was a massive big bolt on it. Irishman he was. Irish bloke he was.
Fantastic.
What did you tell him at the club then, when he wanted money? I mean, what excuses did he give?
Got to find me another place to live.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually got one in Neasden, but it was Jim Gregory's, one of Jim Gregory's houses. I didn't have to pay anything in there.
So the club was supportive then, generally speaking. The club,
Jim was, wasn't he?
The club
Jim
knew what was
was,
going on.
yeah.
Jim was, yeah.
I mean, I used to tell Ron Phillips, the secretary, that Jim said it's all right, but I'd only got away with that a few times. Jim Gregory was very good, but say 8 times out of 10 I'd get the money. I was actually getting £200 in my hand off him every Monday, but the players all knew in the end. Well, Gerry and Dave were getting more than me on the contract anyway. I was getting it cash, see.
Lovely, isn't it?
And then they found out. But he still gave me the £200 every Monday morning. Well, his henchman, what was his name?
Yeah.
Brian
Henson.
Brian Henson, yes. Yeah. Whatever Jim said, he
did.
Now, have I got enough money to help these boys out? No, Jim. No, you haven't, Jim. That's right, Jim. Really? Oh, yes, man.
Yeah, but you lost your passport.
Well, no, I didn't.
No,
You wouldn't fly.
You wouldn't fly.
No, I said,
I'd go on that bloody boat with you because you wouldn't
there was
fly.
going to be a civil war over there or something.
Yeah.
So
You would have been
that.
You didn't enjoy flying then, Stan?
No, right, you say that, I've been all over
Been
the
since
world.
now, but you didn't like it though, did you?
I've been to Greenland. You been there?
No, never been to Greenland, Stan, no.
Don't go there, Jeff.
What is there, Stan?
Hello.
Well, I went there for money, obviously. And when we got there...
You went on a nature reserve,
we was about the 100th people to go where we went, wherever it was.
Was it remote?
It was proper remote. And we get there and we got a hotel and these Inuits, you can't call them the Eskimos now, Inuits, they come rushing up, they thought we was from Greenpeace. So I told the interpreter, I said, listen, tell these, because they've all got knives down their things, you can imagine, can't you? So I said, tell them they can kill as many whales as they want, as far as I'm concerned. If you let them eat, well, I don't care what you do. And it was a desperate place. I was on Valium at the time, and I'd run out of Valium, and 2 days later they knocked on my room, the woman. She said, we're going out today. I said, I've already seen the icebergs, leave me alone. That's true. 6 days I was out there.
Hey, Ty, do you remember when they put him in prison? Him and Shanks?
Why was this?
Oh, yeah, that was on a tour somewhere, wasn't it? Yeah. You were mucking about it, you was dead. One of you was dead.
That was Shanksy.
Lovely, isn't it?
It was sick in... Where was
it? They might have made out to the
was it Holland or something?
Manager saying that one of you was dead. He was laid out. He woke up, threw the life out of him. They called the police.
What, in the hotel room?
He went in. They were in the prison.
Yeah, they put us in prison. All that.
Stan, you would have filled the sky, wouldn't
he?
he?
No, because they called an ambulance
today, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Newspapers and military.
Yeah, I think he was saying that my friends here were called they called an ambulance, and of course, before the ambulance got there, he jumped up.
Yeah. That was Shanks. Yeah.
They went and got you in your room, didn't you? You locked in the room, bedroom.
Yeah, dogs, yeah. They beat me up and all. But I made £500 out of it.